Hello, church. It's great to be back in the office this week after having a few weeks off. And prior to Nikki's operation this Friday, do be praying for her and for us as a family as she goes in for her op on Friday. But this coming Sunday, I will be preaching and starting a new series, doing an introduction to our new series on the book of Acts. We're going to be diving into the last passage in Luke chapter 24, and see the remarkable difference from the disciples at the cross to the beginning of the birth of the church. And we're going to explore what was it that ultimately brought that transformation to them. But to help us in our study through Acts, if you've been following the emails over the summer, you'll see that one of the things we've been trying to do is to link up with the YouVersion Bible app. I know many of us use this for our Bibles. Many of us like physical copies, but it's good to have a digital Bible wherever we are. And the YouVersion Bible app is probably the most well-known Bible app of all apps that are out there. And so we've linked with them, and as a church, we've created a church profile which you can join, Brand School Community Church on YouVersion app. And through that as well, we can create events which are basically services or conferences or anything that we're doing, and link what we're going to be talking about, the Bible verses or any content, questions, key points or further resources for study within the app. So if you are familiar with the YouVersion app, do open it and explore it, and I'll talk you through that in just a moment. And if you haven't got the YouVersion app, I can talk you through just before we go in how you can access the church profile and all the resources and events that are coming up through that. I can talk you through that just now. So if you don't have the Bible app on your phone, which is this one just here, YouVersion Bible app, you can find it by going into the Play Store, which is this one here, and you can go into search down the bottom, and you can type in YouVersion Bible, and it will give you the opportunity to install it. And once it's installed, which you can see mine is, you can open it. If you're on an Apple device, it's exactly the same format, but on the App Store. Once you open it, you'll have the opportunity to sign in with an email account, and then you will have your main dashboard, which is what you can see right now, which has got the home Bible plans, discover and more across the bottom, with the verse of the day, which is all about humbling ourselves and praying and asking for God to heal our land, which is probably very on point as we think about Acts, about the importance of what it means to partner with God and ask for his kingdom to come here on earth, which has begun in Christ's resurrection, but I give too much away for Sunday. So anyway, nonetheless, you get the verse of the day, you get some suggested readings and such like. Now, if you want to join the church, you go to that fourth icon on the bottom that says Discover, and you can go to Churches, and then it will tell you the churches that are nearest you. So right up here, you see Brand School Community Church. You can see there's Polna, there's Citygate, there's other churches there. So if you can't see Brand School, just keep scrolling through, or you can search for it by going to See All and just flick through. And then you can just click on it, and I'm just going to remove it for a moment, and it will give you the option to set this as your church, and you can join it and select, do you want everybody to see that you're part of that group, only your friends, or only you? I recommend generally friends or everyone. It's good to see who's within the group. So join the church group. And when you're part and parcel of the church group, then you can do is, so we just go back to the home screen. On a Sunday, you can look for an event by going to the More option and then go to Events. And you'll see under Events, there's everything that's what's live either Sunday or this current week. And within the events, you'll see probably by Friday, because it's usually 3 days before, you'll see an event for Brand School Community Church for our Sunday service. And you'll be able to click on that. We're just going to click on Basingstoke for the moment so you can see how it works. And it gives the Bible verse. It mentions where their location is and the time of their service. But just to show you what ours is going to look like, because I've already got it ready for us, is you'll click on the event within the YouVersion app, and this will pop up, which will tell you it's an introduction to Acts, the unstoppable kingdom. Join us as we prepare ourselves to study the book of Acts this year and see our part in God's new creation project. And then in there's an introduction to the book of Acts for you to watch ahead of the service, ideally. Read through the passage so you know what passage we're doing. Read through the passage before you come. Prepare yourself. This is really, really good for us to read through a passage before we come and really engage with that text fully. And then there's some further study if you want to look through Bible projects, further study on Luke's and Acts, which I sent out at the beginning of the holiday. And then also the pre-reading for next week, in which on the 14th we'll be looking at Acts 1 through to Acts 2:41, which Martin's going to unpack for us. So that's kind of going to be the format. But within here as well, you can also click on Add Notes, and you can make your own notes as you go along, which I highly recommend. Did you know that if you write notes as you go through a study, you are more likely to remember stuff, and it means you can revisit it and see what God's been saying to you. It's a really good way to help us to stay alert and connected to what we're learning together. So that's the app. So if you haven't downloaded it, just a reminder, it's the YouVersion app. And if you go, again, just a quick reminder, if you go into the Discover, you can add churches. And if you go into the More, you can look for the events. So highly recommend you to do that to get set up ahead of Sunday and to use this as we move forward so that we can really grow in our study together and go on a journey together. Also attached to this email, you'll see the full reading list for the year so that you can prepare and read ahead or go back and reread through the passage that we've been doing on Sunday, plus a whole bunch of other resources. I found Tom Wright's book on the challenge of Acts to be a really great read that I've been reading over my holiday period. Get a copy of it if you can. It's about 10 quid on Amazon, and read through that as well so that we can really be equipped of what it means to be the church and to partner with God in this new creation project that he's called every single one of us as his disciples to join in with. So let's be challenged on that, let's be encouraged on that, and let's enter into this new academic year and this new series with real passion and devote ourselves as those early disciples did to reading the word and studying the apostles' teaching. Bless you and see you Sunday.